Hi everyone. How are y'all doing today?
Great, thank you.
That's good.
Good, thank you.
This is our project, BioCigs, short for biodegradable cigarettes. I'm Andre Sivakumar, leader of the project. This is my friend Dominic.
Hold the microphone out closer, can't hear.
Shandeep and Johnny.
So I'm going to start off. Why do we need biodegradable cigarettes? Well, it's cleaner for the environment. It takes a regular cigarette 18 months to decompose, and while a bio cigarette takes only 3 months. So it's way better for the environment. So we did like an experiment where someone went to Toronto, the Pick Waste Company, and they went to Dundas Square, and they searched for like cigarette butts for like an hour, and they found 15,000 cigarette butts. That's a lot of cigarette butts you think about, right? And it takes 18 months for one cigarette butt to decompose, and that's really, really bad for the environment. So if we had BioCigs, that'd be way better for the environment. So in Canada, about 6.1 million people on average smoke, and there's different types of smokers, light smokers, moderate smokers, and heavy smokers. I'm going to talk about the moderate smoker because it's like the average, right? So about like 15 to 25 cigarettes per day, and if you calculate for the year, it's about 9,000 cigarettes average smoker smoke in a year, which is 9,000 cigarettes that's going into the environment. It takes 18 months to decompose, and if you think about bio cigarettes, they take 3 months to decompose, which is way better for the environment.
So the way we're going to promote this is similar to how McDonald's does it with their coffee cups, and how they do it there at McDonald's, which we're all probably familiar with, is for every 7th purchase, and by collecting those stickers, your 8th one would be free. So we do the same with cigarette packaging. After their 7th purchase, they get the 8th one for free.
So who is impacted by the problem? We said everyone, even including smokers and non-smokers. This is because you're walking down the street and all over the ground, like the gutters, you see cigarette butts everywhere. And it's just kind of gross. The environment is affected or impacted because, for example, if you're like walking your dog down the street and he eats it, you get sick. So like, obviously other animals will get sick too. And then companies will also be impacted because the statistic we got was that 1,200, the carbon tax per household per year is an average of $1,200. So obviously cigarette companies, they'd be like way larger.
So the solution to all of these is obviously bio cigarettes or biodegradable cigarettes. And I thought of this first as something a lot, different. It was supposed to be edible cigarette butts, but me and Dom thought of that. Didn't really work out. Bad idea. Yeah, so we thought of biodegradable cigarettes because I remember in grade 9 just walking down with my friends to go get lunch, and by the plaza you just see a bunch of cigarette butts just on the ground, and like they're just everywhere. People don't care, and biodegradable cigarette butts will change that because people still won't care, but at least they won't just be everywhere anymore.
Alright, so who would we like to work with? In particular, what we want to work with is cigarette companies, and especially Belmont or Marlboro, as they're known as like premium cigarette companies. And of course, when you're premium or high class, you want to be most efficient in any type of source, even in particular to this one being biodegradable or just being healthy for the environment. So with these companies, to not only benefit us and to people that smoke and obviously the environment, it benefit them, kind of back to what Johnny was saying, with how much they pay for tax. It would reduce their tax as they're in more of a healthy scene.
So how will we contact them and make our product known? Well, we'll do something similar to how non-GMO foods do it. So if you've ever bought like a loaf of bread and it would say something like non-GMO project on it, we could do something on cigarette packets where we'd say it's the BioCigs project or something similar to that. So it would promote like companies to do something. It's good PR for companies, and the buyers, which is just the average smoker, would know that this is good for the environment as well. Now just questions.
So just walk me through this. So the bio part is the filter, And is it that, are you offering to sell them the filter, or are you giving them an incentive to create their competitive advantage by having their own version of a filter?
Well, we want to work with them first. So, like the first one you said, we want them to, it's not going to be competitive. We just want like all companies to do this so it's better for the environment. It's not competitive, it's just something that we'd encourage companies to do.
So they're not buying supplies from you, you're saying, go out and we will give you the certification once you meet these certain standards?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so my question was the cost of that. And I guess my big question would be, why haven't cigarette companies already done this?
So kind of what we were talking about even within last week. Yeah, it's noticed that they don't really do it, and we've been looking online, we've been seeing that they have tried it. And I guess kind of what they've been thinking is like, I guess people that smoke really don't care about the environment, right? They're just smoking, their life's already polluted, right? So it's not really in their mindset. But kind of what this is about is just, you know, promoting, like you were just talking about, like letting it keep on going and getting it involved. Just like kind of how Brooke was going on with hers about, you know, there's trial and error, right? So just keep on trying and see what works out of it.
I didn't quite fully understand it, I'm going to be quite honest. You guys spent a lot of time on the problem, which I think is great, but I didn't see very much customer validation. I'm not sure if some of these cigarette companies have already thought of doing something like that. Would love to see a little bit more on the business model. I don't know how you guys are going to make money for this idea. And then lastly, talk a little bit, how would you scale this? Because everything's about scaling at the end of it, right? Scaling, how are you going to take it up? How are you going to sell more? Just getting a meeting with Marlboro is not just picking up the phone. What would you entice them to get them to talk to you? I guess that's the question.
Referring to the scaling, so kind of with the presentation that we had, I think about 2 slides ago, or with 2 other of the groups, about that, like the waste island, and kind of how in the future, like we're just building it up, right? So everyone wants to promote, there's companies everywhere wanting to promote being like eco-friendly and whatnot. So like this is like the step, right? You know, everyone smokes, a lot of people smoke, it's really common, and you know, that's one of the causes here. So you know, getting a product or giving them the idea will help them out.